All right. God damn it! It is August 30th, 2017. You know
Episode 3.
Episode 3 of the comeback of the Uncensored Lounge Podcast. This is your host, Danyal.
Guest starring AG Da Bossman.
Yeah, we got a special guest, AG Da Bossman, underground rapper out of Dallas. Got him as a special guest today, and hopefully many more times in the future. But But yeah, man, let's get it. It's Wednesday night. You know, I mean.
Yeah, after SmackDown, that was crazy. But most importantly, the Floyd versus Conor aftermath.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody's still kind of feeling that. I mean, there's still so many people with opinions. I was just reading today, David. I don't know if y'all know Max Kellerman. He actually commentates HBO boxing comments on HBO for boxing, and now he's on ESPN. And before the fight, he said Conor won't land a punch.
Showtime event?
Yeah, it was. But he's on ESPN, and before they were interviewing him, and he was saying Conor won't land a single punch. So obviously Conor landed 111. In case y'all don't know that, he ain't landed 111 on Floyd. And today that fool said, "Yeah, I was wrong. Conor a beast," and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's ridiculous. He thought that Conor wouldn't land any punches. I mean, it's not like
it is Floyd Mayweather,
out, but it could be anybody.
But Floyd don't get hit usually.
But Floyd probably didn't take him serious. The fact he isn't a professional boxer, and a lot of people that probably feel like, oh my gosh, who wants to bet that feels like Conor would actually win when he's never stepped foot in this world.
A lot of people did. A lot of people did, though. A lot of people did believe Conor was just going to magically do what he did in the UFC against the best boxer ever, which was retarded. So I kind of agree with Max Kellerman. He said he ain't going to land one punch. That was a little ridiculous. I thought Conor was going to land at least 20. But that is what I thought.
Yeah, for Floyd.
Yeah, against Floyd, I thought he was going to land 20. He landed 111.
It's a top list of motherfuckers that actually have hit Floyd, and Conor McGregor is on the top 4.
Top 3?
Yeah, top 3.
He outlanded Manny Pacquiao.
And that's amazing.
And that's one of my favorite boxers of all time. I thought Manny Pacquiao was a beast. I thought when him and Floyd finally fought, they were old, but I still thought Pacquiao was going to bring it to him. That was a lopsided decision. This was not a lopsided decision.
But for him to get hit that much, that means it had to have hurt. Because Floyd doesn't get hit. And for him to allow that many times, it either hurt or Conor was just really that good.
Conor was tired, bro. When he was, I mean,
at the end, but not in the beginning. If that shit wasn't for all those headshots in the back and him getting tired.
You think the headshots in the back played a part in what?
Yeah, it takes a point off. Because it's illegal.
It don't matter though. He got tired and that's why he lost, bro.
Anybody's gonna get tired, but he hasn't fought that long. He's gonna get tired.
Who? Conor ain't fought that long.
He hasn't fought 12 rounds.
Not boxing. You're right. Yeah, he's never ever. You're right. He fought with Nate Diaz and won his last fight against him, but he ran the last 2 rounds. That's a 25 minute.
But he didn't get to kick nobody or none of that shit this time. He's fighting head up.
Yep. It's just straight boxing, throwing hands, throwing 300 punches, and he's never done that.
But Conor, do you expect him to go back to the UFC and still get paid legitimate bullshit money? I mean, he's the hottest attraction.
You just said it, bro. You just said it, bro. You just said legitimate bullshit money. Those are 2 exact opposite things. Legitimate bullshit.
I mean, because look, he's not gonna go back to UFC to get paid regular money. Would you you know what I'm saying? If you have experience elsewhere and you're getting paid doing otherwise, and you have your own. Let's say you have your own company, your own brand. Yeah. Why would you go back for lesser money when you've done something nobody else has done, and you would have almost got close to making history?
I agree with you. I agree with you. He's gonna make about over $100 million for this fight. Why would he go back to the UFC and make $10 million?
Not to mention the pay-per-view buys, and you know what I'm saying.
He
has his own. What's that bullshit called?
McGregor Promotions.
Yeah, he has his own brand. He gets a piece of that.
Fia, throw me your lighter, little sis.
But at the end of the day, I mean, I go back to UFC.
You just hit the wall with it. But that's how she does.
To this guy.
Ooh, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
I'm saying I wouldn't try boxing again unless I'm fighting Floyd. But as far as UFC, he's still the champion. So.
But the thing is, okay, I think if he tried boxing again, he'd lose again. He'd lose to a younger guy, a harder hitter, absolutely. But we both know he'd make more money doing that.
But we both know it wouldn't matter than it is compared to Floyd. That's the biggest drop.
No, the point is making money, though. Why not go fight Paul and Malignaggi right now?
Fuck that.
For $20 million?
I'd fight Pacquiao or somebody, or Triple G, or I'd fight
Triple
Canelo.
G will kill him.
But it doesn't matter. It's worth my time if I'm going to step out of the
field. It's worth your time? You're going to get knocked out?
I mean, you don't want to go back to boxing and lose to a fucking no-name. That lowers your brand and what you stand for.
I know he won't.
And he's still UFC champion, so it's like if he goes to UFC, it's a bigger deal. And not to mention, he's one of the few people that's actually hit Floyd and that actually could have gotten close to winning.
I know it was an amazing fight. It was an amazing fight. I do feel like Floyd let himself get hit. He didn't want to go to decision. You know, I felt like it was a different fight almost.
Let me see. You got 2
I do need to go get some goddamn... Fia, can you go get some Coke so I can put it in this can? Or, matter of fact, can you just go put a piece of ice? You got some straight Coke in here? Cold?
Oh, wow. I'm glad I was going to ask him that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We got that.
But yeah, have you been watching Keeping Up with WWE?
No.
Because as of late, everybody thought that Brock was going to lose at SummerSlam. And they thought that he was going to walk away and go fight Jon Jones. But we all see that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Jon Jones, man. I discussed it on the last episode. And it's beating a dead horse. But it's really not because for some reason on ESPN today, they were like, what are the next UFC superstars going to be? And they said Jon Jones might be out for a while. Might be out for a while? What the fuck are you talking about? The man has failed and fucked up so many times. What do you mean out for a while? He's done.
But
even ESPN today somehow thinks he's going to come back and be a star one day.
But this is on a business point.
Be a star?
Jon Jones, but listen, he has a contract. He has to fulfill that contract, and that's just business.
Bro, the UFC probably cut him, is what I'm thinking.
They're going to cut him.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
so
all he has
contract.
to do is fuck up one more time. But at the end of the day, if he fucks up, he has to pay them.
That was the last straw, homie.
It would be the last draw for fans, yes. But
no,
business-wise,
you think the UFC will keep him right now and keep him on for one more fight?
If he's under contract and they have a legitimate agreement for a good amount of money, I would too.
I don't think so. I don't think he's going to bring them no money. People hate that motherfucker. He's fucked up so many times.
I know, but business is business and money is money, so that's what it's always been about. But at the end of the day, let's talk about the reality. He may not fight in the UFC for a while because of the backlash and the testing, but the option of WWE is still open.
You think he'd go to wrestling?
I mean, but listen, here's why he could go to wrestling, because he's not going to get tested. They don't test part-timers.
You already know.
He can get away with doing whatever
everybody
he does.
can get on steroids over there. It's
part-timers. Part-timers don't get tested like regular superstars, athletes do. The part-timers include Brock, Triple H, etc.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to lie. If I were just to be judgmental, I would say yes, maybe he is using something, but they test him regularly, and I would if I was putting my brand on the line, because it's not just like he's winning that Universal Champion. He's winning the WWE Champion. Hold on 1 second, and he's the 50th champion in history. 50. And he's number 50. And if you ask me, all due respect, I think he's held it 4 months too long, because I'm not really invested into him. But I like his entrance and all, and he has a great physique, and he has India behind him, for whatever business reasons. But I'm not fully invested in him.
But no, see exactly though. It doesn't matter for you to be behind him. And when I look at him as a dude from, you know what I'm saying, I got heritage in Pakistan and everything like that. But he's the only one ever is the main point. It's like Jon Jones. We were just talking about him fucking up, doing drugs, failing drug tests. If he was the only black UFC champion ever, and he was doing that, you would be like, God damn, I don't want to get behind him. He's representing our culture, my people, and he's a cheater. He's a fucked up.
But look, I'm going to be honest.
Jinder Mahal is the only Indian Pakistani guy to ever be popular, and look at him.
Not Pakistani, though.
So he wouldn't really represent us? That's what you think?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, let's say hypothetically, like, if
they got a different religion.
Let's be honest, right? I believe Jinder Mahal. I believe he's fair. I believe all that is good. I believe he's legitimately that size. Everything. I mean, let me get me wrong.
Nope.
Great Khali did it. I'll be honest. Great Khali.
But he's a goddamn steroid head.
Hold on. We can't prove it, but the Great Khali, he did it first. But he wasn't
Pakistani Indian. He was like from Iraq or something.
No, he's help me, Punjabi.
He really was Punjabi?
Yeah, so
you're lying.
All right, but yeah, it's a true fact. But Jinder Mahal,
because Fia knows Punjabi
my point with Jinder Mahal, it's like you can say that, but for an interesting fact, I'm sure it was a semi. I know it wasn't the finals. Jinder Mahal wrestled Seth Rollins to be the first ever NXT champion, and that's a fact. But he wasn't focused. And then he was...
he lost is what you're saying?
Yes, he lost to Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins became the first ever NXT champion. But the point is that they were invested in... Dusty Rhodes, RIP, was invested in him at first. And when he came back, they gave him another opportunity. I'm just saying, if you had your own business, and you have somebody, a motherfucker that looks like they steal... You probably have your eyes on them, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they test Jinder Mahal regularly if you figure
they don't test regularly in the WWE?
They do.
No matter what you believe.
If you're the champion,
they want people to be on steroids, David. It's not because
this is not WWF. This is not the '90s. Like, this is a worldwide traded company. They can't take the risk of having somebody.
But even you just said you think that boy's on the juice.
I didn't say that, but I think
you wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, but what I'm saying, they have to test him regularly. Because the thing with Hulk Hogan, when all that shit was going on, that steroid, they can't afford to take that when they have children and they put a lot of money into this.
What do you
Vince is
mean?
a
What are you
billionaire.
saying? They
They
can't afford what?
to take that risk, whether it's Jinder Mahal or Randy Orton or
They
anybody.
can't afford to test them too much, or they
No,
can't.
they can't afford to take the risk of somebody being on steroids with the Chris Benoit and all the extra shit. You can't take that risk to put your company and everything.
Oh,
in.
so you're saying out of a fear of a Chris Benoit situation happening again? A
And
man that went
steroids,
crazy.
yes, because you have to make sure that this person isn't enhanced and they are legitimately professional to work with. And you would just do that in any place of business.
I don't know. I agree with you in that sense, but I still strongly feel that the WWE does not test on a regular basis. And this man you're saying has been a champion too long is what? How many months has he been champion? Jinder Mahal?
Over 4 months. Even if they didn't test regularly, but if it was somebody representing your company, you would make sure they wouldn't make you look bad.
But is he though? You just said you didn't get behind
him. He's a WWE. I'm not invested in him. I like his entrance and all what he represents, but as far as being tough and legitimately a threat, because he always has help with somebody helping him to win. And
so he's a heel. Nobody likes him. He always
he's a good
cheats.
heel, but he has these two stooges that are behind him that he's never beaten anybody fair and square alone.
Yeah.
So I understand, but as far as that, I won't be invested in him until he beats somebody by himself. That's it.
I don't know.
But as far as on Raw, that Cena versus Roman Reigns, that shit is gonna be classic.
What are you talking about when Roman Reigns cussed him out?
When he Roman Reigns called John Cena a fake ass bitch.
That is crazy, man. There's kids in the audience and shit. But I saw that. I saw you shared it on Instagram. It's making the rounds right now. Dedicated to wrestling.
But John Cena did hit a couple points.
How old is John Cena,
He's
man?
40 years old even.
Roman Reigns is bigger than him, and how old is Roman Reigns in his 20s?
Roman Reigns is young. He played professional football as well.
Yeah, I think Roman Reigns is gonna fuck John Cena ass up. John Cena had a movie just come out, and he's got one coming out.
Starting one with Kevin Hart too as well. I forgot what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but it is true. But I think Roman Reigns versus John Cena is a dream match. Should have been saved for WrestleMania, but due to it has to happen. But I think it's gonna be good, and I'm glad that shit felt real. And I'm pulling for Roman Reigns because I don't think John Cena can bury Roman Reigns either. It's like the king of kickouts, like Vince McMahon's golden voice, but he has to pick one. Yeah. It's like they can win all the matches they want, but now they're fighting each other. You have to pick who you're more invested in, and we'll see that at No Mercy.
Did he tell you we saw a documentary on XFL?
Do you
remember the XFL?
Yeah, I tried recording that shit.
Oh, that shit was
weird.
No, man, that shit was. Do you don't remember when it actually happened though? You remember back in the day when Vince came out with the XFL?
It was just bad luck that it went down. It was actually.
I mean, but with their first episode caught millions of ratings, more than the Super Bowl.
I watched that shit too.
Didn't all of us watch?
That shit just didn't click. I still got it.
Everybody watched
VHS.
Yeah, everybody watched the first episode, and the next week they didn't watch it anymore.
But apparently it was a good game. But it was just
the next week was a good game, and the Super Bowl of their game was a great game, but they just had bad luck. But their first game sucked. Their first week they were unorganized.
But what about fucking? You gotta look up Braun Strowman. This guy is the reason I watch Raw, like how y'all used to watch the WCW. This guy fucks up everybody every week.
Really?
And the fact he put Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam through 2 announce tables, and they had to carry fucking Brock Lesnar out.
Who did that?
Braun Strowman.
To Brock Lesnar?
Yes, and he made him his jail yard bitch. When he came out last week and he beat him up again, he held the title up.
Damn.
And Brock Lesnar, and it's rumored that this is his last title defense of the year because he's trying to get back in shape for UFC.
Yeah.
So if the best it has to happen, Braun Strowman has to defeat Brock Lesnar because all this momentum, he's fucked Roman Reigns up for weeks. Braun Strowman is the only legitimate threat I've seen since in the likes of the Giant or Goldberg.
What?
Or anybody, Kane or The Undertaker, any motherfucker that was a real threat that you believed in. And he's fed to everybody, and he looks like a monster every time. And I've seen this motherfucking person, and at the Access the year before WrestleMania 32. This guy is a big motherfucker, and I'm glad it paid off. And he's a legitimate threat. You gotta watch this. You gotta watch this guy, and I hope he defeats Brock Lesnar. And this is the right decision move. Correct booking would be Braun Strowman beating Brock Lesnar. But if it doesn't happen, I'll be fucking surprised. But I would hate to see Roman versus Brock at WrestleMania 34. That shit is gonna suck ass.
It's gonna
suck ass. It's rumored to be Brock versus Roman because they both beat the Undertaker.
They already did that though at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but this is New Orleans.
But they're gonna do that 2 years in a row. The same WrestleMania.
It happened at 31.
Last one, Roman
Reigns.
This
time they both beat the Undertaker.
But
like
really though,
last
match. Year it was, at WrestleMania it was Roman Reigns versus Brock. They're gonna do that again 2 years in a row.
This is rumored to be Brock's last match with WWE.
But why would he do a rematch of what he did at last year's WrestleMania?
No, this was at WrestleMania 31 when we were at your house. This was like 3-4 years ago.
It was Roman and Brock?
Yeah.
So it wasn't last year?
Nah, this was...
Who did Brock fight last year?
He fought...
Who?
Who the fuck did he... He fought Goldberg.
Oh, my bad. Of course he did.
Yeah, he fought Goldberg. So this time, this is rumored to be Brock's last match under contract. So it's best to like Roman, because he beat The Undertaker last year, and Brock was the first nigga to break the streak. So it's going to be the winner in New Orleans, where it all started.
What do you mean where it all started?
Where the streak was broken. That's where it was broken in New Orleans.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's like this is who's the hardest. And if it was up to me, booking decision, if the Undertaker is prepared and he can still go, I would put him in the match.
Oh no, Undertaker's done, man.
But he would have to be the American Badass for me.
You put him in the match against Brock Lesnar, Undertaker,
and Roman.
No, man.
And put him out. He could. I mean, look, Roman can win. I don't care, but it's just a theory. But if it was smart booking, and the Undertaker is gonna wrestle, if them motherfuckers whoop my ass, I would want to fight both of them in New Orleans where that shit started. But I think the Undertaker's too much of a big dog to go out like a bitch like he did last year, and that's just as a fan. That's just my opinion. But we'll see what happens. But I know that Roman Reigns is gonna defeat John Cena. But that's just my opinion.
I feel you on that. After just seeing that clip and just knowing, how John Cena's been doing movies and might not be as dedicated. He looks like The Rock when he was on his way out, And he's older now, too. Like you just said, he's 40 years old. John Cena was around when me and Fia stopped watching the shit. John Cena, remember? Coming out with the rap shit and the little jean shorts. He still wears the same.
I only really cared about the females when I used to watch it. I just watched China. She was
she's my favorite.
Man, China was a legend, I think. But no, how are you going to say... Fia, your favorite was Lita.
No,
with the heart.
In China, yeah.
Okay. Because I remember the Hardy...
I remember China being in Generation X.
You didn't tell me to.
Generation X.
China was a part of Triple H and
Yeah.
I didn't like them though. We watched NWO though. You like China because NWO didn't have a female. DX did. DX had.
I mean, all due respect, Elizabeth. She was in NWO with Macho Man when he was Macho Man. She was his manager in NWO.
Manager is not the same as China.
I know, but that was
DX had a female that took a.
That's a female. They had Tori. She back in the day when DX went corporate, which they had Stephanie. They were all in DX, but they weren't real fighting bitches.
Yeah.
They were in the watered down version, but I'm saying this still counts. But China won the Intercontinental title. None of those females did that.
We used to play some WWE games and WCW games. There was one WWE game we played. Sable I used to play.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Austin's wife.
Oh, Deborah. Yeah,
no, that's Deborah.
Who is Sable with?
Brock Lesnar, motherfucker.
That's later on. But Sable was with nobody when we were watching. She was with nobody in the late 90s.
This main guy, Mark Merrill, she's really married to. She started off with Triple H as his valet.
Sable did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Remember Sable with the big titties? And Trish Stratus? Oh, boy.
Yeah,
she was with Test. Fine. She was with Test, I think.
Yeah.
Or Edge. I don't know.
Was it Edge?
No,
remember
Edge?
No, she was with Test.
She ended up fucking with Christian because they made a bet.
So she was.
They bet $1 off who would sleep with her. Would you believe that shit? Christian and Chris Jericho. And she found out because she heard it, and Christian played that the whole ass role where the guy's like, you're trying to get at the girl, and he's like, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't let him do you like this. You should. Yeah. He pulled that shit on his best friend. He pulled it on his best friend, and he got the bitch in the end at WrestleMania. That was classic.
That shit is crazy.
And they bet a fucking $1 on Trish Stratus. It is worth a whole lot less than $1.
Oh my god, a Canadian dollar's worth less than $1?
Yes, it's the way that was portrayed, and Jericho really had developed feelings, and Christian had already pulled up.
It's happened.
What was that? What were those two guys that used to like walk around kind of like they were the authority? Were that what they were called?
Oh, you know, what was it called? You know what I'm talking about? Farouk and Bradshaw.
Yeah. APA.
And
they drank beer and beat up people.
They used to just come out of nowhere, and just bust people over the head. That shit was dope.
But they were getting paid to protect other wrestlers, like.
They used to be like bodyguards or mercenaries.
Like protection agency. That's what it was. APA.
That shit used to be a trip when we was a kid, man. Like WCW and WWF used to go at it, man, and then we stopped. But that's why we watched WWF. But when they first came together, though, man, it was the shit, though.
Hey, do you know you need to watch it right now, motherfucker?
This is it. This is the rest of the week.
Yeah, motherfucker.
So there's one more blunt. We haven't rolled anything else up.
can we get the bleeping button? He want to hit the gas. After I done got through the podcast.
Just $3?
If you
can't do
I should have sent you through the email. I shouldn't even responded to your fucking text message. I should have sent you through the email and waited 2 days later to reply for this shit. No. Alright, we gotta delete all this shit. No, not this part, but we're gonna delete that part. Alright, damn, where was I going with? But yeah, Jeff Hardy can make history next week if he wins the Intercontinental Championship one more time. And but I doubt he'll win, but I would love to see it. I would actually watch Raw more.
Really?
There was they used to have Monday Night Raw, then they had Thursday Night SmackDown, then they had Sunday that was not as good always.
No,
Sunday night Heat, but it's Tuesday night.
It was Heat. Taz used to be the commentator. Remember, he stopped being a wrestler. He started commentating for the third string show.
Oh, Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens have been building a feud.
He said Shane, Fia.
Yes,
Shane.
It's looking towards Survivor Series.
He handed the company off to Triple H. Triple H is married to his daughter in real life.
Yeah.
You know that, right? So Vince doesn't do any appearances. Triple H is now the owner of the WWE.
No, he's like the
what? He's the what? Correct me.
He's like the second. He's the underboss. In Houston, Texas. Shane McMahon, true story.
There's a tragedy in Houston right now. We gotta pay respect.
But this is months now. But listen, Houston is Shane versus Kevin. Kevin Owens is going to push the fact that a McMahon is trying to screw another Canadian at Survivor Series, and it's going to be great hearing Kevin Owens push that shit. I guarantee you.
Okay, but I guarantee you nothing is happening in Houston.
But when time changes, I mean, look, motherfuckers still go to New Orleans for WrestleMania next year after the flood, so anything can change.
Nigga, the New Orleans flood was in 2005.
I know, but motherfuckers still will start doing concerts next year, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. A lot can happen in a day.
Nothing is happening in Houston in a while. There's no major shit gonna go on in Houston, Texas. I'm sorry, man. And I got prayers for the people in Houston. It sucks. It's horrible. Rockport, Port Aransas, Port Arthur, all that shit is fucked up. Houston is too. But the goddamn it, there's not gonna be any goddamn concerts, professional games, wrestling, UFC, boxing events in the city of H-Town for quite a while. So I'm sorry, man. I got prayers for y'all. I love y'all, and I'm running a donation right now at my job. I coordinate this.
There was one by your job yesterday.
I did it. I started it today because of my girl, really, and she motivated me to do it. Said we had the power to do it, so I said let's do it, and collected a bunch of shit. Gonna get on my day. I got the day off Friday. I'm gonna go up to the job and pick up the boxes everybody donated and take it. You know what I'm saying, and give it to the Red Cross because they're gonna go give it to. A lot of people have flocked over here from Houston and all those South Texas cities, and they were told to evacuate and leave everything behind. So they're coming here with no clothes, no underwear, no socks, nothing. So we're taking them anything we can, man. Like 5,000 landed at the Dallas Convention Center today. Like again, it's August 30th when y'all hear this.
Well, your client sucks. So I'm saying, like, are they being nice about it?
Yeah, they're being nice. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing how you
salt packets and shit.
Yeah, they complain about everything. My sister, right? That they're needy or whatever, and they're high maintenance, and they're probably even racist. They love Trump, but at the end of the day, it's amazing. No matter where you are, whether in California, where we're from, or Texas right now, and you got those assumptions about how racist they are, people are coming together and supporting their fellow man right now, and it's amazing. So I mean,
shit is fucked up. I represent Texas in the music. It's just crazy that H-Town is going through it, but it's good to see them sticking together.
That's what I'm saying.
Big rainfall, they got flooded too, though. So.
That's what I'm saying, though. But only 8%. This is the fourth biggest city in the entire country. Only 8% of that huge city has flood insurance. So that means people that lost their entire homes that didn't have insurance don't get anything covered. Imagine us right now. Imagine having a house that's worth $400,000, and that's what you owe on it. And then when it gets flooded and it's only worth $80,000 because it's trash now, you still got to pay $400,000. What are you gonna do? There's nothing to do. Are you gonna keep paying $400,000 and build it back up yourself?
But you gotta have insurance.
That's gonna happen to thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people
in poverty. Yeah, but if you don't have,
not in poverty. I'm talking about someone that had a $400,000 house.
But they should have insurance on that shit if you're smart.
Flood insurance flood insurance is almost exactly what your mortgage is.
But if you're paying for a $400,000 house, why wouldn't you get flood insurance? If you paying for this much, it's
because
like
you're gonna pay double your mortgage, bro. If you pay $2,500,
if you get a motherfucking 2017 Mercedes Benz, you're gonna pay full coverage because you have no choice.
Man, you
It's
can't.
just you
Don't
have
downplay
to.
it. Don't downplay it and pretend like these
No, I'm
people
saying you
are
have
to blame
to.
because they didn't
I'm
get
not
flood
saying
insurance.
that. I'm saying
it's too
if you
expensive.
put yourself in that position to have to pay for something, you're gonna have to pay the price, to pay the cost to be the boss. I mean, why wouldn't you get flood insurance if you got a $400,000 fucking house? I don't want anything.
We're gonna have to
fuck
cut
that
this
up.
because you're gonna get hated on so wrong.
But it's true.
Because
it's the
the
truth.
people that didn't get, bro, only 8% of the city got flood insurance. We're talking about a city
But
with
I'm
4
saying,
million
I'm
people.
not talking about that everybody should have it. I'm saying that if you have a $400,000 house.
Oh yeah, I hear you on that one.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
that
what
makes
I'm
sense.
saying.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
I'm saying, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Because I know the people in the hood and all that shit, they ain't got that shit.
Hell no, they
I know
don't.
it's a lot of niggas ain't got car insurance. So what the fuck? Hey,
Yeah.
I know. I'm saying I know them niggas
But
ain't got.
but you
'cause
know
I
what? You
would.
know what happened with that? When those people that happened to that in Katrina, they came down here. They never left. They never left. Somebody that had a lot, lost a lot, might try to go back and rebuild. But if you didn't really have none in the first place, when you moved to Dallas, your city ain't been improved in 3 years. You done already made a life out here because it's already as good as the shitty life you had before.
But it's different. It's still to Houston niggas. It's
I done
just
met
like
a lot of
Texas.
whole ass NO dudes, and I met
But
a lot
we
of
talking
cool
about
ass.
Houston, though.
I met a lot of cool ass
And I-
Louisiana. Yeah, I'm
But
just saying.
I'm just saying as far as Texas,
I'm not saying it might
Texas
be.
niggas are more united than niggas
Oh yeah,
that are coming from
absolutely.
outside.
I agree with
It's
you.
always
New
fucked
Orleans
up
was a
side
murder
regardless of
capital.
what
The
you
people that were
do.
coming here and stayed behind were really bad. I don't think Houston is going. Like I said, the people that stay here, that came from Houston, that didn't have nothing to really leave behind, that are gonna stick around, ain't gonna be as terrible.
I mean, it makes sense. It's
But let
about-
me tell you one thing we ain't talked about is. So we went to the boxing, we went to the UFC a little bit with Jon Jones, and we went to WWE. We got to go back to boxing because, despite this Floyd Mcgregor stuff, Triple G and Canelo is coming up, which is a huge thing. I mean, the stats on it are, like, these guys are two of the best ever and hard hitters. Been talking about fighting each other for 2 years straight. They're finally gonna fight, but it's so short after this goddamn Mayweather fight that is anyone gonna really order it, bro? Is anyone gonna order this fight after they just paid $100 for a boxing match? That when you read the online reactions on social media, people seem pissed off. They seem disappointed. They seem.
They always gonna be. It's a new generation. I mean, we have motherfuckers gonna order the fight because I mean, I'm saying they'll order, it, but I'm not paying $100 for this.
It's not gonna be 100. I'll tell you
They
that.
said 3 million people downloaded illegally streamed the Floyd.
You're absolutely right, Fia. Yes, 3 million people illegally streamed Mayweather and McGregor.
So they were illegally.
3 million illegally did.
I apologize to Floyd and McGregor, but I did try to watch that shit on Facebook before we did purchase it. So I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a true story. But I did shout out to Floyd and the Money Team TBE for the 50-0 because I did win on knockout that he would knock that bitch out. I quote. So shout out.
He's
to
calling
Floyd.
Connor a bitch right now, but don't do that because you know what I'm saying.
No,
We're not
I
fighting.
said I quote. I quote. He said knock that bitch out, and I agreed and I bet on it. So shout out to Floyd because I.
You know what? Yeah, I agree with you, man. I was happy that night. I mean, I wanted Connor to
We
win.
all
I mean,
knew that he was gonna.
we knew it, Fia.
Everybody knew it.
And
We knew it, but if
my
that
closest
motherfucker would have went to decision, we would have been surprised.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. My homeboy bet it was gonna go to decision. Jesse, sorry to put you out there, JP. You know what I'm saying? But you did think for some reason this would go to decision like Connor's normal fights. As much as I love UFC, as much as I like Conor McGregor, I knew he wasn't going to last 36 minutes with the best ever. Conor was going to get knocked out, but I bet it was going to get knocked TKO or KO either way.
I mean,
Floyd or
Floyd
Conor.
gave us his word he knocked that motherfucker
Bet
out.
$50 and I won $50 in round 10.
Shout out
Conor
to
got
you, man, because we always win. I said this is a fact, everybody, that all the homies. Every time we ride together, we always win. It's
You
a
goddamn
fact.
right.
It's a fact. We always win when we ride home together. It's never a sad ride home together.
The dice games.
Unless we're coming from the casino, it's not a sad ride home together. We are always smoking with the winnings. We
Yes.
are always coming up
There's
together.
been a few horrible ride homes from the casino, but everywhere else where there was gambling, it's a good ride home. Oh my
with
god.
us, basically. With just us.
There was that one time you left me at the trap. And I was gambling with you. Bro, I was counting hundreds out of my pocket and I was like, you left me up here. I've been here an hour. I could have been killed. I got 300 in this pocket. Oh shit. Wait a minute. There's another 100 in my right pocket. I got $400. Bitch. That shit was wonderful.
Shout out to Suave June, but hey, he knows. Like I was thinking the other day, I was like, damn, if like I always wanted to go with this motherfucker, because if we ever went, because like here's with you be ready to leave. Hey, if you come up 200, you ready to leave. You ain't trying to get no nigga chance of his money back. And in the real life in the streets, I'll be ready to rob you. So it's like when you do shit like that, I'll be like, oh my gosh. I can't let this happen. Because if he's
let me tell you, if I take $200-300 of your money though, I'm gonna try to hand you 20 or 40 back before I walk out. I'm gonna say, I'm calling the game. I'm done taking your money. You ain't going to the ATM, but I'm gonna give you 20 or 40 back. I got $200 of your dollars, but I'm gonna give you some back and walk out. That's what I do. I don't just run off with people on a bullshit excuse.
I'm just saying, in street wise, it's just like when somebody puts themselves in the position to try to
lose
that money back, they do take that personally. But it's just the approach you go about.
But at the same time, have I ever been charged up, pulled a pistol, jacked or whooped on a day?
No, I'm saying it's just street code. It's just certain people that actually may have.
But I'm saying it would have happened if I crossed the line, bro. I feel like I give everybody a chance to take money back, and then when they go way too far and I know I'm hurting your bill money, I'm gonna give you some of it back, and I'm gonna walk away from this game, bro. But I ain't giving you all of it back. But I'm not gonna take more from you either.
But put this on record.
That's me.
I'm gonna give you a chance, but if you put your bill money on the line in my Brock voice, I don't give a fuck about
That's what I'm saying.
But this is me. I don't give a fuck. If I win and you put it on the line, you deserved it, and I will give you a chance back at it. But hey, that was God's doing. So at the end of the day, I'm always in it to win it.
Hell yeah.
But at the end of the day, everybody deserves a chance, and that's just the way America. Nobody gets a lot of chances. But in any street situation or any situation of honor, everybody deserves a second chance. It's free take, by the way. And send money through JPay that wasn't supposed to rhyme. But we're gonna put that on the podcast. Save that. You can always do that. You know what I'm saying? Commissary is always necessary. January, December, all the way back to January. You know what I'm talking about? That was that. But yeah, at the end of the day, there's a lot going on. But as far as I'd get the Triple G, I wouldn't pay $100. I pay the regular $49.95.
Yeah, better not be no $100 for that.
But I mean, I like to see it. I mean, it's hard. I like to see this shit. It's gonna be a straight bang out. And I like boxing now that Floyd made me a fan of that. But I like it because there are other bad motherfuckers. But I would hate if Floyd once again broke his promise and fought again. We don't have to get into it. But I think he shouldn't fight again, and this is just me. Because I know Floyd's a winner, and I'm a winner. And I fuck with him, my people, and my family is from Grand Rapids. I know Floyd will fight again. If it was me, I would fight again only if it's Conor McGregor.
Really?
If it's not Conor McGregor, I would not fight again. Facts. That's just real.
Well, I don't think Floyd will fight again, but you're right, though. If he did, it
would have to be Conor McGregor. Because you know in your heart, if it was me as a man, you know that Conor McGregor almost beat you. And the fact that you have to live with that and that you barely made it is something I couldn't live with as a man. You got to check. Money, as you can see, doesn't mean shit to you, but it matters. But at the end of the day, the fact that man really almost defeated you. Far as we can lie back to back on this podcast, but men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. He would have been defeated if he didn't knock that man out. So if he were to fight again, it would have to be Conor McGregor, or it's not worth the retirement. And every dog has his day. And
I think if you fly, he knows it wouldn't be nothing. But with him being 40, he'd get worse, and Conor would get better if they rematched. So rematching Conor is a dangerous choice. It is a lot of money though.
But it's not just that. It's the fact you barely escaped. Would you really be willing to take that chance again?
It's the money. No other fight is money.
It's the money, but I'm saying
fighting anybody else wouldn't make it.
No, you wouldn't. Mayweather shouldn't risk his legacy if it wasn't giving motherfucking Conor McGregor a rematch, because that's the only one that's gotten close to actually beating you legitimately.
Yeah,
that's a long time. As a man, if I had to do anything again and risk my whole thing, it would be against him, because I'd have to live knowing that I beat him fair and square on all levels. Yeah. But I don't think Floyd. I think Floyd should sit at the 50 as a black fighter and as a legend with him. Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan being the most paid black athletes.
They're the only dudes to pass $1 billion in career earnings as American athletes. They all happen to be black.
Sit on that, but if it ain't Conor McGregor again, don't come out of retirement. That's word to the bird, real talk. Because I wouldn't. That's just as a man. Because it just doesn't make sense at that point. Because you see how much you got from this. Conor McGregor gonna get a bigger person. You gonna get that times 3, maybe 4.
Exactly.
So think about it.
So we'll never see him in the UFC again. You agree, right?
Yeah, hell yeah, you're gonna see Conor McGregor in the UFC
It
again.
makes a lot less
He's
money
still
than
the champ.
But he makes less money
How?
than boxing. He's not gonna make $100 million.
Nigga, his rank goes up. His network goes up.
But UFC don't pay that much.
They have to. This is your biggest attraction, or you wouldn't have trusted him to go to represent you in the boxing world. He's still the champion. Conor McGregor is the face of UFC at this moment.
Oh yeah,
He's the face of UFC.
I just don't see him coming back for no
He
$10
has
million
to.
when he could get way more than that.
But he has to negotiate more because it's Conor McGregor. He's the only person, for the record, which you can Google, the closest to ever defeating Floyd as far as numbers.
I believe you.
But the point is that he deserves to be paid more, and he has his own establishment, his own brand, to where he's the biggest attraction. And if you choose not to pay him, I bet you Bellator would. I bet
more? You think? Oh my God!
I bet you WWE would too. It doesn't matter.
I would love
bro.
to believe that, but I bet his most money right now would be in boxing. I don't think Bellator or UFC could pay him as much as boxing could.
It's just logic, bro. If you work for a world traded company, what fucking sense would it be for you to get paid McDonald's money, motherfucker?
Well, that's what I'm saying. UFC is McDonald's money compared to boxing.
When you're there's motherfuckers like Chuck and Jon Jones.
They ain't made no fucking $100 million.
But it doesn't matter. They have headlined and got paid big even after the stamp and the stamp that they put on the UFC in a bad level. Like Brock being tested, failing the UFC for UFC, but still being able to be Universal Champion.
But he still didn't make a fuck ton of money. Like
but he
Conor
gets a ton of money for WWE because of being an attraction. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Conor McGregor is the face because you have to pay him more because he hasn't failed the test. He needs a legitimate, real deal because he fought Floyd and almost won. This is somebody you have earned respect for. He has the right to go elsewhere. If he chooses to go to Bellator, WWE, or wherever he decides to go, you guarantee they're going to take that opportunity to pay him more because he deserves it.
But not because he deserves it, are they going to make their money back?
They have to. He's the closest person to get to Floyd. He can get a rematch. Conor McGregor is still champion. Yeah, and he's fought on a professional level, and he's stepped out of his comfort zone.
But you think the UFC would pay him $50 million?
No, but they will pay him more than he got before. But what I'm saying is
they'll pay him more than what he got before, but I'm just saying it's not going to be close to $100 million.
I know, but that's different. But what I'm saying is he's the UFC champion. He know what he signed up for, but he's a greater asset.
Yeah, I totally believe it. The UFC would be retarded to let him walk, but
they're not. But he can't walk. He has a contract, even if he wanted to. But
he can retire at any point.
Yeah, but why would he? He's on top of his game. He's the first person to ever step out of his comfort zone and actually not just feel like, all due respect, and I'm a hard CM Punk fan, but he didn't go out like that. He stepped out on boxing and held his own and almost won. Yeah. That means he can do it again. But my point is that he's the real deal. And it's no joke, no failed test, none of that. He's the real deal, and he is a legitimate champion, and he's believable, and he can talk the talk and walk the walk. So you
think he'll come back to the UFC? Bottom line,
he has to,
and make a good amount of money. And it'll be worth it to him.
Pay him more.
It'll be worth it to him
It's worth it to Dana. Dana got paid for that shit too.
Yeah,
he has to. They both ate. This is a partnership you don't want to mess up. Yeah. You can't fuck up something that isn't broken. If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It's just logic and business wise. And that's just my opinion. I think this has been a great episode.
Yeah, man. It's the return.
Number 3.
Yeah. The end of August, end of the month episode, the return. Had a special guest on here tonight, AG Da Bossman.
AG Da Bossman in the building, you dig. Future a whole lot of more episodes, and look forward to No Mercy, the Triple G fight. You know what I'm saying? Hell in the Cell next month, and shout out to all the champions, and shout out to Floyd, most importantly, 50 and know it's Black History. You dig? And look forward to more of the Uncensored Lounge. You can follow me at AG Da Bossman.
The end of the month, but it's a beautiful thing. We had your host Danyal here, and special guest, special co-host
AG Da Bossman on future episodes. You can follow me at AG Da Bossman on Facebook and King of Dallas on Instagram, and follow the Uncensored Lounge as well on Facebook and YouTube, all that. Subscribe to both of us on YouTube. I'm on AG Da Bossman. This is going to be a whole lot of more Uncensored Lounge, a whole lot of real shit, a whole lot of uncensored shit, and you already know what it is.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's going down, man. We're on YouTube. That's where all our casts are right now. Check us out. I'm going to upload this to SoundCloud too. We have a SoundCloud page. It's all Uncensored Lounge. the one and only. Appreciate you for tuning in. Any feedback is appreciated too. Any ideas what y'all want us to talk about? It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk anything. I mean, we cover
It's
any sport.
uncensored.
Yeah, and it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go live with it soon. But appreciate the love. Until next time.
Signing out.